the easiest way to improve America, the cheapest way to do it, would be for people to be fit again, um, just comfortable in their bodies, whatever that means in a general way. There's no specific um, template for what I'm saying by fit, but just we've kind of lost our levels of fitness compared to what the average person was 100 years ago in terms of just general movement ability or whatever. And so this is a actionable thing that the country could do that would make a huge difference, because as you find comfort in your body, life gets a lot easier. So my contention is that if the average person had comfort and felt good in their body, felt good about their body in a general way, this country would be a lot healthier in a very literal way as far as that goes. But that also translates into society, what society is, what it becomes over time. And so how do you find this? Here's what I propose. You give a raise. You have teachers, current teachers, complete a pretty rigorous 2-year, maybe longer program that's really well designed on embodiment, fitness, um, something that they learn a lot about their own bodies, not just in a super fit. They're not sitting in a classroom with a health textbook. This is very hands-on. This is very an experiential training. And you say to teachers, if you complete this training, we'll double your salary. And so that there's a big incentive for teachers to do it. And what happens if you double a teacher's salary? Is that some outrageous thing? Like if every teacher made twice what they do now, and that seems more normal than, or that seems more fair than the disproportionate that they currently receive, right? It's not that we're doing something outrageous. It's that we're just making things more equitable, right? At least, that's a biased opinion, but that's how I see it personally, and I don't think I'm alone in that. And so as teachers have this higher salary, it also incentivizes more people to become teachers. So there becomes a greater supply of people wanting these teaching positions, which is good. It just means, a better pool of potential teachers to hire from. Anyone that's committing themselves to teaching is an angel, by the way. I think most teachers now are wonderful and good at what they do. But it would even be better if you paid them twice as well over time. And you're paying them twice as well to learn this other skill of knowing the body, having a sense of posture, not in a rigid military, what you're supposed to be kind of way, but in a direct experiential way. Now, the second part is health, or this type of embodiment, becomes a core curriculum piece in school. Right now, the core things in the US at least are reading and math, and then there's like some science, history, and then the miscellaneous other things. But reading and math are like the two biggest like hubs. So you add this health embodiment this very literal way of getting to know your body, of having opportunities to experience your body, the subtleties of it, letting physical education be physical education and not just the athletic kids beat up on the little kids in, or the punier kids in dodgeball. Like, it's not like there's nothing wrong with dodgeball, with playing games and stuff. That should be a part of school in general, but that's not physical education. Um, so let physical education be physical education and let it be up there with reading and math, maybe even over math. Right now, the bigger problem with America is people don't know their bodies over people don't know math. Math is cool, math is important, but I'll go out on a limb and say that. But I still think reading and math are super important. But let this be as important, not one of these fringe goth classes in school like art and dance and stuff that's not really taught. you know, let it be a core thing. And if you want to redefine other core things or have a more equitable balance across a bunch, fine. It's not the point. The point is, let it be a core thing that kids start learning. So all of a sudden, the teachers are qualified to be teaching this, and they'll have an eye for it. They'll have an eye for it to help kids with. The other thing is there should be a certain chairs should be designed one consistently, relatively consistently. There can be a few different kinds, but they should all be well designed for the human body. That should be the priority of why a chair that gets used in schools exists. So kids learn how to sit well. Their bodies learn how to sit from an early age. So their spine, they're good at understanding where their spine is, how to balance their spine while seated. And the teachers have an eye, not in a you have to correct this kind of way, but they have an eye of when a kid needs a little more love in this kinesthetic embodiment department. So also there should be eating real food in school, but also real food that tastes good, even if it costs more to make. That should be the baseline of the school lunches shouldn't cost $1.50 or whatever. They should be a little more expensive because they should be a little bit higher quality. I understand yeah, that's the way it should be. And so with this change, the generations of kids turning out of school will be a lot more healthy and in their body. And that'll make such a huge difference. And there's a lot of other things that could make differences too, but this is just one actionable idea that brings more equity to teachers, will give us higher quality education. And it doesn't have to be, coming to know your body gets easier and easier, just like reading, I would say, gets relatively easier and easier. You get better at reading. Math is tricky because in some way, yes, you get better at math, but you're always learning new stuff. Knowing yourself, yeah, you're always learning new stuff, but it's a little bit different. It's a lot easier for someone that has a general sense of their body, a general sense of what food is by the time they're 10 years old than not. And so, yeah, this is a simple, you're spending some money, but not that much money to do it in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, and if you vote for me on November, whatever, We'll make it happen. Thank you. Bye-bye.